As it seems more and more likely that the upcoming S24 series of phones will be leaning very hard into AI for their new feature set. Not a whole lot about those devices appear to be set to change radically. So, what are they going to do? How are they going to make you excited about these devices? Well, they're going to be rocking the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, which is apparently going to be the best processor yet in a mobile device in terms of AI computation type things. And of course, they're going to use that horsepower to do lots of fun AI things. In this video, we're going to talk about some of those things that are likely, that are apparently going to be coming to these devices. Reference and information here, Twitter user Bennett Brunner Pro. They have some screen grabs from what appears to be One UI 6.1. This is, of course, the version of One UI that will be launching on the S24 line of devices. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the things that they're reporting are coming in this thread on Twitter, and I'm going to kind of give you some expanded information on it. So thing number one is AI generated wallpapers. And if you look at this screenshot here, if you are a Pixel user, perhaps you've already seen something very similar to this. This looks extremely similar to the AI generative wallpaper feature launched on my Pixel 8 Pro. Is not next to me, but I'll show you what this looks like on a Pixel device right now, and more than likely, it's going to be almost exactly like this. So this is a live screen capture of my Pixel Fold where I have side-loaded the AI wallpaper thing from the other Pixel devices. This is a thing you can do if you want to. If you are running the QPR1 update or later, you're able to do that. I'll put a link in the description to that video down below, but let me show you how this works. AI wallpaper. So you're going to pick sort of a subcategory, right? So let's go with bloom, because that's actually, I believe, the exact screenshot. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's the exact screenshot. So there you go. So when you're on this screen, you can change what the plant is and you can change what the backdrop is. So let's go ahead and go here, and we'll go with the lavender plants, and we're going to click on create wallpaper. What it's going to do is it's going to use generative AI to create that wallpaper, and you're going to get several of them. These actually don't look like lavender plants in space. These look like some sort of this looks like a virus coming to attack your immune system. But as you can see, you've got the ability to make these things. Let's go with a river instead, and maybe we'll get something that makes a bit more sense. Hazy image of lavender plants on a backdrop of a red river. A red river doesn't make any sense. How about a blue river? That makes much more sense. And there you go. You have some images there, but you can make quite a few pretty interesting things here. Translucent dogwood in cyan. Let's see what that looks like. That's pretty cool, right? And you can scroll through these and you have some good options. Those are some pretty cool looking wallpapers. So if you wanted to know what that's going to look like, if this is real, that's what it's going to look like. Now, something that we haven't seen, though, is apparently the ability to do weather and portrait effects for the lock screen. So you have your lock screen here, and you can make it sunny, rainy, snowy, add some effects to your lock screen. That's pretty cool, right? That's a nice customization feature. Something else we've not seen done by Google, though, is the ability to expand a scene. So we've all taken a picture that was askew, right? So we want to kind of straighten it out, but that might mean that we need some, data around these edges. Well, they're going to use AI to expand that image and fill in the gaps. That is really, really cool. And they also mention here the ability to touch in all people, pets, and things, and then move them around. This is straight out of Google's Magic Editor, where you can do the exact same thing, move an object around, and then it will fill in the space it left behind with AI. This is really cool stuff. So basically, Samsung is getting something akin to Magic Editor. Another cool one, like Google has just introduced with their Recorder app, where you have a long, transcribed recording, and then you can use this to get a summary. This is kind of like that, because what it can do is format your note text. If you've got big blocks of text, you can easily turn it into bullet points using AI. So again, it's kind of like that transcribe summarize feature, but it's being done specifically in their notes application. Now, this one is really quite cool as well. So let's say you're on a phone call with someone who speaks another language. This is apparently going to translate them live through the phone call. This is something I want to see rolled out to everyone. Google just needs to do this and make this part of Android. When I worked in the automotive industry, I spoke with a lot of people, or helped a lot of people that were Spanish speaking, and I do not speak Spanish. This would have been absolutely fantastic to have had access to. So this is a pretty cool one as well. Set the mic mode to voice focus to remove background sounds and allow the other person to hear your voice clearly. Google does offer something called clear calling, which sounds very similar to this, but you got to remember that's only in the calling app, in the phone, the dialer app. This appears to be just a mode for the microphone, which means it would extend to other potential applications. This is the difference between, maybe if you understand this stuff, this is the difference between using something like Discord's ability to use crisp noise suppression versus something like, say, my actual microphone, which has software that will do that universally across any application that I use. That is really, really slick. So next up, Samsung is also adding battery charge protection. So you can turn this on and it'll only charge to 80%. This is, again, something other OEMs like Google have rolled out. Good to see Samsung on board now. And they also call out better and more refined animations. This, of course, is mentioned with most updates, but hopefully it's actually true. And we do have better, smoother updates. And they do say that there are many other changes that they may mention later. But at this point, that is pretty much all that we do have. So I would say that's a pretty darn good selection of AI features for these phones to be getting. I mean, they're grabbing basically Magic Editor, which is like the biggest feature for me with the Pixel 8 line, and they're just bringing that over. Maybe that will encourage Google to give Magic Editor to their older devices, or perhaps even their still somewhat new, very expensive devices that don't have Magic Editor. Maybe now they'll feel like they should probably roll that out. So I do want to say this quickly before I close the video. And Bennett, if you happen to watch this video, I mean this as no slight against you whatsoever. I don't know you. I don't know what your track record really is. I do see that you're a 16-year-old, and that does give me some pause for concern. That is, again, no slight against you. I just know how I was when I was 16, so I might not have been like the best source of information. However, a quick Google search shows that not only Phone Arena, but Pocket Now, 9 to 5 Google, everybody picked up on this news story and is indeed referencing these tweets in their stuff. So I would assume people like Ben, they have their sources. They would have probably looked into this and determined if it was wrong. So I feel okay about passing this along to my viewers. Who knows, Bennett, maybe they are just a fantastic source and I just haven't come across them before, and that's just a blind spot for me. But I wanted to, kind of pass it along and make that part transparent and clear here at the end of this video. Let me know which of these features you would be most excited to see with the S24 line of phones. Drop that comment down below, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.